Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to continue reading on my Unlock Intuition, how to accurately and reliably access your most valuable resource. And we're going to be moving on to chapter 2, what is intuition? It says, intuition is the pathway by which information comes to us from our higher self. It is how we receive information that is not based on our conscious knowledge of life experience. I will talk a great deal in this book about your higher self. Your higher self is your soul self. It is the ancient, infinitely wise part of you that has created directly from spirit. Your higher self is not limited to this present incarnation. It has access to all your lifetimes, past, present, and future. It spans dimensions, time, and space. The higher self is the pure spirit. It is the source of your intuitive knowledge and guidance. It says our higher self has a perspective on the events of our life that is far broader and more encompassing than our own. It can view our current situations and issues through a frame of reference and spans many lifetimes, dimensions, and aspects of time and space. It can also draw upon the wisdom of our spirit guides, and it can summon even more assistance in the form of spiritual helpers, teachers, should it need to do so. In other words, there is a vast amount of information and wisdom to be gained through our higher selves. And I became one with my higher self a while ago, so I can just ask questions to myself and then I get the answers, generally immediately. But if it's a bigger problem or issue, it might take up 24 to 72 hours, and it might just be something that I know what my higher self is telling me. You always want to feel, does it resonate? You always want to ensure that you raise your vibration before starting to communicate with your higher self, because trickery spirits can come through. So once you raise to the higher dimension of a fifth dimension, trickery spirits don't have access to you like they did when you were in the 3D matrix. We are in constant contact with our higher self, where we are aware of it or not. It is tempting to view this part of ourselves as separate from our physical self. So even as a child, you get the intuitive notion of telling you right from wrong. So that would be your higher self. That is the God within you, the I am, the monad. It is hard to imagine that such a magnificent resource is truly part of us. But our higher self shapes much of our lifetime experiences every day. It ensures that we attract the learning experience we selected before our present incarnation. It infuses our personality and our character. Before we were born, it interacted with the developing body to merge a part of itself with physicality. Our higher self is the eternal part of us beyond the physical, mental, and emotional. It is our truest self. So I believe that God branched off, and we are all particles of God. Everything on this planet is particles of God. We're all learning and growing as one unity consciousness field, or some people can say source or the quantum field, whatever it is that you'd like to call it. And the higher self is so infinitely wise, it can't step in and prevent us from making a choice that does not align with our highest good. Unfortunately, that's not how the physical world works as a place of learning and growing. Once our soul incarnates, its vital forces energy shifts from the spiritual to the physical plane. You can think of it as a vital force energy as the divine spark. So the divine spark is within us all. It just needs to be activated. The more you start utilizing your intuition, the more it's able to grow. It's like a muscle, just like anything else. The better at it you will get and understand when the information is coming through. So I seen 434 and I just seen 444. You can think of the vital force energy as your divine spark, the energetic essence that allows us to animate a physical body and make us alive. It is the gift from Spirit, the energy through which ourselves can act as creators of our own experience. So on this plane, we have duality, that we are here to learn on this planet, and polarity, being in harmonious balance with the yin and yang, bringing any part of the yin and yang that is not in balance up to balance. But this is also a planet of free will. So, you don't ever have to activate it. It's your choice. And a lot of times they've convinced us higher ups to not activate it, that you're doing things that are negative, when in reality, it's you becoming one with God, your higher self. So I don't know why that would be a negative thing. And 555 on the timer as I said that. When the soul incarnates into the physical, it chooses this dimension as its school, where it grows through choices followed by consequences. Because of the physical plane, it is our sole choice to place of learning. Our physical aspect is given the vital force energy through which it can affect, change, and act as creators. So I'm going to leave it at that, but something else that once you connect with your higher self that comes through is I get a left ear ringing generally when people are talking bad about me or negative things, or when I need to be on alert. And then my right ear rings when good things are coming through. I also need to pay attention. And then the other thing beyond that is I feel negativity right away. So if somebody's working from a very lower vibration and I walk near them, I can instantly really feel that negative vibration coming through. And I might even get a scenario in my head of what's going on with that person, so that way I can be more empathetic. And if I say anything wrong or get frustrated with that person because maybe they're doing wrong things and it's incorrect, my higher self will then correct me and tell me, no, you got that wrong. So that way I can process it. Usually if I had said anything that was negative at all, I'll then go and tell the person, I thought about it. I'll say I thought about it, but in reality they told me that something different actually occurred. And usually the person agrees with me that that is what was going on. Anyways, I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day and namaste.